Hello there, it's Jane Birkinshaw from Love Your Lens here, and I'm here to talk to you about the weekly photographic theme, Live, Shoot, Love, and specifically about the topic for last week, which was weather. I hoped when I set this theme that it was going to be very appropriate, having looked at the forecast for the week ahead, and I don't think I could even have imagined that we were going to have so much varied weather thrown at us across the UK, with lots of big downpours, dramatic skies, rainbows, amazing sunsets. So it's been a really great week, some really strong images submitted by you all, lots of different takes on the theme as well. So really pleased with the high standard of photographs submitted, how many people have gone out making a big effort to try and capture sometimes quite difficult scenes and then learn from it as well. So that's been one really enjoyable thing for me to see as well. So what I'm going to do is look through the sort of 10 or so favourites that I've picked out of the many images that you submitted for last week. So thank you to everybody who did submit. So if we look at this one first of all by Farhat, this is the incredible Hilton building in Manchester, and this is a great angle, really nice composition and quite dramatic treatment of that building by Farhat. So I particularly like the composition and the colours in this image. It's potentially a tad over processed, and you've got some weird kind of fringing going on the edge of the building in places here, Farhat, so just watch out for that, but I really like what you were trying to do, and it's a very dramatic capture. Then we've got this great shot by Chris Talbot. I really like the clouds in this and the colouring of them, this sort of mackerel sky here, different type of cloud there, different type of cloud here. I love the way that it's framed with the trees around it as well, the silhouette of the trees. So great job on composition and picking your subject and getting the exposure nailed for that. So nice capture, Chris. Then this, I really like this shot. This is Helen Fennell. Hi, Helen. I love the drama of this and the different types of light that you've captured and how well it works in black and white. So we've got this really glowering black cloud here, layers and layers of it looking really thick and threatening. We've got some brighter sky going on in the background there. We've got a rain shower here. We've got some gorgeous light, sort of like hope coming through on the sea here, and you can see here that there's some light in the foreground as well. So really nicely done to capture that, and then to kind of realise that it was going to work so well in black and white as well. Another top shot by Melanie Hoyland here. I love the concept of this. The framing of it is fantastic. To use a frame to frame your image in this way is a really good and strong composition technique. I love the fact that you can really tell what's going on with the weather outside, the fact that the headlights coming towards you, the puddles, slight condensation steaming up of the window. It's what we've all seen as we've looked out of our windows this week, but Melanie has captured it just right. So really nice shot there, Melanie. And then a completely different take by Rachel Burton. We've all been in and out with the washing this week, some days just given up completely, and I think this is just a really nice take on sort of, it's not exactly been the ideal week for drying clothes. So nice close-up, great colours, and just a simple but very strong story there from Rachel. And then this sky is incredible, isn't it? You kind of expect there to be a fire in there somewhere. This is a great shot by David Riley. Again, the strength is in the sky itself, the boiling clouds, just such an amazing colour to capture. And again, I like the framing and context of the silhouetted bushes and building or fence, whatever this is here. There's obviously a bit of a problem with dirt on your sensor there, David, and I can sympathise because my camera is covered at the moment, and it's typically with the higher f numbers, smaller apertures, that you really start to see dirt on your sensor, and it is a right pain. But lovely shot there, David. Then I want to give a bit of a special mention to Lisa Rusko, and I know she'll appreciate it. She has been working so hard to improve her photography, along with a few others of you actually, out there, no matter what the weather, asking continuously questions about camera settings. Why didn't this work? How could that work better? Does this work well if I process this like this in Lightroom? And I'm so impressed with the enthusiasm and commitment and willingness to learn, to pick yourself up when sometimes it feels like everything's working against you. So there's a couple of images I've picked out from Lisa here, but she has actually submitted quite a few really good images this week. So again, I love the detail in the sky that's going on here, the colours, and how this really did reflect what we saw this week around the country. And I know that there's some processing gone on here to kind of lift the shadow on the land, and that Lisa's done some learning in Lightroom, I think, to be able to do that. So great shot there, Lisa. And again, from Lisa, now I know she was a bit frustrated that these birds weren't necessarily sharp, but I think we've discussed in the past how sometimes it's not always, I mean, yeah, we'd love it if every single image was crisp and sharp, but sometimes it's just about being there and capturing that moment. And I think there were quite a few comments about how this cheeky little chappie is about to leave, he's just had enough of the rain. It was a great capture, Lisa, so don't beat yourself up and keep on at it. And this, I love this by Elaine, and again, it's not in focus, it doesn't matter, it's a great shot. It's kind of almost bordering on classic for me actually. I really like it. Sunlight through the raindrops, we've had so much of that this week, haven't we, with it battering the car windows as we've been driving around, making driving conditions pretty horrendous. And I think Elaine has captured that really well. It's got quite a retro feel about it, that shot, and it's quite imaginative. Love it. Now this one I think is a bit of an unsung hero, to be honest, by Liz Kenny. It didn't really get any likes that I noticed. I think it slipped through under the radar a little bit. What I really liked about it was the composition and the three very distinct layers of it. So you've got these lovely coloured grasses in the foreground. You've got this obviously the landscape here, and I think perhaps this is what kind of not let it down exactly, but it looks a bit flat and cold, but I actually don't mind that. I really like the fact that you have got these three distinct layers, and then you've got this really interesting sky with probably a weather front coming in here, and again it really reflects what we saw this week. And there's something about this scene with its three distinct areas that I really liked, and I think it was worth picking it out. And maybe just a little bit of processing, if you could be bothered to faff about a bit, to warm this up perhaps a little bit. I think that's probably what's the issue there, but I'm not sure. I still really like it anyway. Then on to my favourite image for the week, this shot by Emma Hayes, and I think a lot of you liked this shot. There's just something about this, the crispness of it, the colours, and the story it tells, the light within it as well. This is what we've seen all week long. Lots and lots of heavy downpours resulting in puddles everywhere, and then the next second we've got the sun coming out, some dramatic light, amazing clouds. So that's really told the story and captured what we've had this week. But there's also a really strong compositional element to this picture, where we've got kind of leading lines taking our eye to somewhere in the distance, well, basically leading us to the beautiful sky. So absolutely cracking shot, Emma. Fantastic, love it. So here's your shots all put together, and again, I'd be proud to show this to anybody and say, wow, what a fantastic bunch of people. Love your lens students and members of the group are. I hope I'm not going on a bit too much, probably thinking she's been on the gin already. I haven't. I really do think you've done an absolutely sterling job. So well done. The new theme for this one should have come with a bit of a health warning or an age kind of cinema rating on this one, shouldn't it? 'Cause it's a bit gruesome. I was just doing a little bit of weeding in between showers yesterday, and spotted this guy. Had a go with my phone, which I think is absolutely awesome, that you can take this sort of picture with a phone to get this kind of detail on here, get that close up. It's a Samsung Galaxy S7, if anyone's interested, and using it in Pro mode rather than auto, you can actually manually focus with it, so it's awesome. So the theme is the edge. I've got a feeling this one is going to get people's imaginations going again this week, and I'm really looking forward to seeing the shots that you submit. So hope you all have a good week, not too much on edge, and I look forward to talking to you again next week. Bye bye.